From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for May 22nd, 2026. These are the stories we are following at this hour. The U.S. House has rejected the Smithsonian Women's Museum bill after the GOP bans biological men from exhibits. What started as a widely backed proposal to locate a new Smithsonian American Women's History Museum on the National Mall developed into a partisan fight Thursday after Republicans revised the legislation to ensure no transgender people are included in the exhibits. The House rejected the bill 204 to 216, an outcome that leaves the next steps uncertain. The revised bill would also ban a diversity of views and give President Donald Trump the final say on where the museum would be located. It was a simple bill. You kind of ruined it with your trans obsession and your culture wars, Representative Teresa Lega Fernandez, a Democrat from New Mexico and chair of the Democratic Women's Caucus, said earlier in the week. But Republicans argued it was Democrats who were overreaching to the changes and now threatening progress toward establishing the long-sought women's museum in the nation's capital. Republican Representative Nicole Maliotakis of New York, the bill's chief sponsor, said it's a disgrace that Democrats would be standing in the way of the bill's passage. In other news, House Republicans say January 6th insurrection was staged and made up. House Representative Ralph Norman, the Republican from South Carolina, baselessly claimed that the January 6th insurrection on the Capitol was made up when asked whether he supported giving federal payouts to people who had assaulted police. Look, January 6th is an issue that was made up in the first place, Norman said. That was a staged thing from day one. Really? We all watched it on television, live. How could that have been staged? When reporters asked if the Republican lawmakers who fled from the mob were acting, Norman maintained his position. There was a riot there, but it was a self-made riot by members who hate Trump. It was made up, in my opinion, Norman said. You're welcome to your opinion, but not your own facts. More than 140 police officers were injured when people stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021. I suppose they made up their injuries. After President Donald Trump repeatedly questioned the 2020 election results. Norman was among those who condemned the insurrection at the time, releasing a statement saying, "This is utterly unacceptable. This is not who we are. And I condemn in the strongest possible terms the actions of rioters who have breached the Capitol building." Democrats have slammed the possibility that January 6 rioters convicted of assaulting law enforcement could receive money from a new $1.8 billion weaponization fund that the Trump administration has established. Norman's remarks come the same day Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, the Republican, spouted off January 6 conspiracy theories on the Senate floor, claiming that Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi spearheaded the insurrection. No, sir, that was Donald Trump, you moron. Lame-brained Alabaman moron. And in Pennsylvania news, the Pennsylvania Public Utilities Commission announces electric rates are about to reset with significant increase. Pennsylvania residents should brace for more stifling rate increases for electric bills, especially for those who do not take conservation measures, according to the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission. New rates are expected to be set by all utility companies in Pennsylvania on June 1st, driven by steep increases in fuel prices and expected consumer use during the hot summer months. This is the seasonal reset for energy prices for electric energy prices for all utilities across Pennsylvania, said PUC spokesperson Niles Hagen Frederickson. Anybody that's been tracking any form of energy, whether you're at the gas station, propane, any form of fuel, has seen those prices go up. Based on PUC's forecast, Duquesne Light is expected to increase rates by 2.83%, while West Penn Power will be increasing rates by 10.3%. That's the news for this hour. The PEP Radio YouTube channel has daily news updates all day, every day. PEP Radio is now available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, Alexa, and wherever you find streaming radio. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.